Okay, so here we have two circles of radius 5 and a square in between them. So the first thing I'm going to do is label the sides of the square as x, and therefore the area of the square is equal to x squared. Now I'm going to construct a line from the center of this left circle to the top left corner of the square. And I'm also going to construct a vertical line down from the same point, so we get this angle to be 90 degrees. Now, since these two lines are both radii, we know that they're both 5 meters long. And the next thing I'm going to do is extend this top side of the square so that it meets this line. And therefore we have another 90-degree angle. And now, since we know that this side of the square is x, we can relabel this side as x, and therefore this upper side of this line is equal to 5 minus x. And I'm going to label this lower black line as y. So now we have a Pythagoras triangle, since that we have a side of 5 minus x and y, and the hypotenuse being 5. So, using a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we have that y squared plus 5 minus x squared is equal to 5 squared. So, y squared plus 25 minus 10x plus x squared is equal to 25. But the 25's on both sides cancel out. So we're left with y squared minus 10x plus x squared is equal to 0. So now what I'm going to do is solve for y, and so we get y squared equals 10x minus x squared. And if we square root both sides, we get that y is equal to the square root of 10x minus x squared. So now, if we go back to our original diagram, we can actually see that if we reflect this line y onto the other side of the diagram, we can see that the length of these two radii adds up to the length of y plus the side of a square, which is x, plus another y. So we get that y plus x plus y, we can see that from the diagram, the bottom side of this line, is equal to 5 plus 5, the length of two radii. So 2y plus x is equal to 10. And if we substitute this value of y back into this equation, we get 2 times by the square root of 10x minus x squared plus x is equal to 10. And if we rearrange this equation, we get 2 times by the square root of 10x minus x squared is equal to 10 minus x. So now what I'm going to do is square both sides of the equation. So we get 2 squared times by the square root of 10x minus x squared all squared is equal to 10 minus x squared. And if we expand that out, we get 4 times by 10x minus x squared is equal to 100 minus 20x plus x squared. Expanding this bracket, we get 40x minus 4x squared is equal to 100 minus 20x plus x squared. So if we tidy that up, we get 5x squared minus 60x plus 100 is equal to 0. So that's the quadratic equation that we're going to solve to find x. But we know that the coefficients of each of these terms are multiples of 5. So if we take 5 from the equation, we get x squared minus 12x plus 20 is equal to 0. And that factorizes to give us x minus 10 times by x minus 2 is equal to 0. And this gives us two equations. X minus 10 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to either 10 or x is equal to 2. But if we go back to the diagram that we're given, you can see that x is clearly not 10, since the radii of each circle is only 5. So therefore, the only valid solution that we have is that x is equal to 2. And therefore the area of the square, which is just x squared, is equal to 4 meters squared. And that's our answer. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.